Okay, here we go. So just a tad late this morning, this afternoon, this evening, depending of course where you're coming from. Just a couple of minutes and we'll get going. Just making sure that we're coming through okay. You never know with these live events. Waiting for a few more to come into the room and we'll get going. Hope you are well. Someone coming in from China. What time is it in China at this time? Well, thanks for making the effort. 2:30 in the morning in China. Well, I think you're in the right place. Good to have you here. And Steve from the UK is in as well, which is good stuff. Looks as though we're coming through nice and clearly. Okay. Well, that seems to be fine. Right, well, hello, welcome. Now, for those that don't know me, my name is Andrew Lockwood and I am the ex-city trader here. Today I'm going to reveal secrets about the Forex market. Now, this is a live event. I'm happy to answer any of the questions that you may have, but clearly I'm not going to see them while I'm standing here on the whiteboard. So drop me any questions down, I'd interact, but I'll do that when I get onto my screens in about 10 minutes. I'll be able to see all the questions and so forth. Normally like to answer the questions at the end of the presentation for the obvious reasons. I don't want to get too distracted. So first off, a bit about me. I've in fact been trading the financial markets for over 30 years now. Straight out of school at the early age of 18 into the London Stock Exchange. From there I swiftly moved on into the trading pits on the London futures and options market. You might have heard of it called Life before. May have seen us in our coloured jackets, shouting and screaming, trading millions of dollars with each other on a daily basis. You've seen them, I'm sure, in films like Trading Places and so forth. Now, today I continue to be a full-time active trader, but there's a big difference. I don't actually now commute on a train to the markets. No more getting on that 5:30 train in the morning. The market has now come to me, come to us, in the form of a screen. So I basically can trade anytime, any place I like. Normally in my home office here, but not exclusively. Today, I want to share with you an opportunity that I'm sure you're going to be wanting to be a part of. Okay, so this is about how you can start to finally become consistently profitable in the Forex markets. And why, if you grasp what I'm saying today, if you really take it on board, you'll never have to answer possibly to anyone else ever again in your life, apart from maybe the wife or husband or what have you. Now, the first thing I want to mention is this. If you've tried and failed at trading in the past, the chances are this is not your fault. There's lots of information out there. There's so many places offering you the right way to do it. Do it this way, do it that way, buy this software and so forth. And this can often lead to information overload that really stops you achieving the successes that you so desire. But that really is okay. If you've been concerned that in the past you're not going to be able to succeed in trading, today I intend to put those fears to rest. Pretty confident by the end of this short live stream that light bulb is going to go off and you'll say, yeah, I can actually do this. I'm also pretty sure this isn't the first Forex course or trading software that you've been propositioned with. We all get those emails. I get them all the time promising us the world, those fast cars, the cruise ships and stuff like that. I put it aside as BS, and so should you. Most of the educators out there, quite frankly, are in it for themselves. Chances are they have tried at trading themselves and failed, and now they're going down the education route. I, on the other hand, have been doing this trading business all my life since I left school all those years ago. Most educators out there, they want you to think this is rocket science, that you need some fancy college degree in order to make it as a trader. Why do you think it is that they want to give this impression? Because it enables them to charge vast amounts of money for their courses and software. This sounds a bit cliche, I guess you'll say, but we are different. I am different. As I say, I've been in this trading game all my adult life. So today, I want to showcase to you these life-changing opportunities. I'm going to target two types of aspiring trader. First of all, the complete beginner. I'm going to introduce you to this course how I'm going to hold your hand in teaching you relatively complex trading strategies, but in a very simple way. I'm going to show you how we can hold your hands and how we can offer you this proprietary trading tool that's going to do all this hard work for you in extracting these consistent gains for the market. Now, for the more experienced trader, I'm going to show you that with the right tools and guidance, you can make more consistent gains than ever before, but with less screen time than you ever thought possible. We're often led to believe in business that the more hours you put into your job, the more hours you put into your career, the more money that you should be making. Well, trading isn't like that. Trading doesn't have to be like that. Often, the less hours you put in, the more profitable it should be and will be. Right, so what are we going to be discussing today? Well, basically the goals of this short presentation are basically these. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you today to the naked trading strategy. Sounds a bit funny, that name, but basically naked means that we're removing all the indicators, all those MACDs, the Bollinger Bands, all these technical analysis that you've seen offered by all these gurus. We strip all that out. We take it all aside. We just look at pure price. Hence, it's called naked. More about that as we progress through this short webinar. Remove the emotions. Now, for those of you that have followed me at all, if you follow me on the YouTube channel or what have you over the years, you'll know that I often talk about the 3 pillars that make up a successful trader. First of all, you've got the strategy. Well, we're going to discuss that tonight, so that's got you covered there. Then you've got the risk management. Well, that's quite easy to understand. We discussed that. We train you in risk management as well. We've also got some great tools to assist you in risk management. Then you've got the emotions. The emotions are by far the biggest of the 3 pillars to master and to get over. Okay, so we show you how you can master these emotions, how you can basically trade like a machine. Never miss a winning trade. A lot of traders sit there in front of their screens all day long, waiting for that trading opportunity. We're going to show you with the use of a proprietary trading tool that we're going to also make available to you that you're never going to miss a winning trade. It's going to send a notification to your smartphone or to whatever you use, your laptop or your iPad or whatever. And the moment a trading opportunity develops, basically you just need to go to the screen, place your trade, and away you go. A little bit more work on top of that, but again, I'll come to that in a moment. Trade with me. Possibly the most important of these 3 goals tonight. You know, it's often said that if you want to achieve any success in life, you want to surround yourself with people that are like-minded and doing the same thing. We've got a vibrant community here at Forex Signals, and we basically run a chat room 5.5 days of the week. We've got hundreds of traders in there, mentors as well, myself and my colleagues. We're basically taking these trade setups each and every day, as well as other strategies as well that we teach inside the trading room. Imagine the confidence that you're going to get by understanding what the naked trading strategy is, understanding risk management, and basically knowing that you've got the confidence of trading the same way that we're trading as well. The confidence you're going to get will be immense. If you're still in doubt, let me tell you a little bit of a story about me and where I began. As you know, I began my trading days in the trading pits. We were literally shouting and screaming. It's called open outcry. Everything was done with the use of hand signals and shouting, pure old shouting. Price was always displayed out here on your hands. Quantity, what you're buying and selling, was on your head. So, for example, if you're paying 1, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it goes 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. If you're buying, your hands are like this. If you're selling, your hands are like that. This is the price. The quantity, as I said, is on the on the head. So the tens will be up here, and the units will be down here on your chin. So, for example, if I'm selling 10 contracts, it would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. If I'm selling 1, it would be down here. If I'm selling 11, it will be 10 and 1, 11. I'm selling 11 contracts at a price of 5. And if I'm buying, I'm paying, say, maybe 3 for 27 contracts. So everything was done on tic-tac. Now, the trading environment that we grew up in those days is the same in one respect. To be successful in trading, you need to have an edge. Basically, all you need. You need an edge. You need to exploit that edge over and over again. Trading was different, and I found it's basically, I had this skill when I was trading in the trading pits as an independent trader, that basically I was able to predict where the market was going, or see where the market, not all the time, but see where the market was going by looking at the eyes of the other traders. Okay, so if I see a big trader coming in, I'm talking about big in terms of bank, it could be Goldman Sachs or something. He comes into the trading pit and he's just basically looking. He's only looking at the guys with their hands out like that. The guys that are selling, yeah? The guys that are selling, he's looking at those. If he's only looking at those, I know that Goldman Sachs is a buyer. If he's frantic and he's looking and he's really getting agitated or what have you, I know chances are he's got a big order to buy. If he's just buying a couple of contracts, he'll just go in and buy 2 contracts and walk out. But if he's got a big order, he's going to be looking and he's going to be waiting to pounce. I had this skill, I would say, to be able to hopefully get inside or get in front of that big buy trade before the market were to take off. So I'd get in there, I'd buy my 5 little contracts. Goldman Sachs would start buying, move the market up. I'd sell my 5 contracts, I'd walk out and I'm done for the day. So that was the edge I had in the trading pits. It was a unique experience. Fast track that now to 2000. All these open outcry exchanges around the world, they were becoming obsolete. It was basically going with the digital age onto computers and so forth. So they started off closing down. They actually started closing down in Europe. Europe were the first ones to move. And then London started to trade, and then the US exchanges started to close down, and so forth. So all these open outcries markets were changing. So I was in a bit of a quandary. I left there, and I thought, well, there's still open outcry in Singapore. I went to Singapore for a couple of years. That started to make sounds that was closing down. It's now 2003. I'm thinking, well, what am I going to do? I'm a trader, and all the trading pits are closing down around the world. I was in a bit of a quandary. What do I do? Do I go and drive a taxi? Do I go and whatever it is, learn to become a teacher or something like that? I didn't know what to do. I thought, well, come on, I'm a trader. I'll have a go at trading on the screens. So I got myself a nice little setup and what have you. I thought, well, I can trade in the pits. It can't be any different, really, can it? Boy, did I lose a lot of money. The first year I was trading the markets, I absolutely shedded thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. It was completely different. The environment from the pit that I grew up in to the trading screens. So I had to take a reality check. What am I going to do? So I actually took a little breakaway. We went off somewhere on a boat trip. And it sort of dawned on me on that trip that I had to basically get myself an edge back. Looking at people's eyes, that was gone. I had to develop a new edge in the market. So I tried to equate what I saw in the trading pits with the eyes to what I see here on the screens by looking at candlestick charts. And that's what led me to develop this naked trading strategy. It basically allows me to pick the big moves in the market. I didn't have the voices and the screams anymore. All I could see was the price on the chart, and that's why I developed this strategy, the one I want to talk to you about today. So we're going to jump on to the screens now. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know it's precious. We'll jump onto the screens now. I'll give you a bit of an outline into how it all fits together, and we will see how it goes. So let's just go onto the screens now. Just bear with me a second. Okay, right. Should still be coming through okay. Okay, so the 3 secrets that we are going to learn today. Okay, so secret number 1, how to bag these huge home run trades. Now, as I alluded to a moment ago, this strategy looks for the big moves, the home runs. We're not interested in those small little gyrations on the 5-minute and the 15-minute chart. That's for a number of reasons. It's way too stressful. It's way too random. And the laws of probability basically are against you the lower time frame you go down. So I'm going to introduce you today to a high probability day trading strategy. It's called the naked strategy, as I said, and this is going to look for the big moves in the market. And then we're going to discuss why it takes just 5 minutes a day and you don't need a financial background. Many aspiring traders, when they come into the markets, as I said, they spend countless hours on the screens on a daily basis, when in reality, it shouldn't be like that. Think about why we're trading in the first place. We're trading because we want more freedom, yeah? We want more time to do what we really want to be doing. So why is it then that we spend so much time on the trading screens? Okay, so as I said, it's less time at the screens, more profitable, and better for your mind, and better for your pocket as well. It's also a assumption that in order to become a trader, you need a financial background. You don't need a finance degree at all. In fact, I would go as far as to say having a finance degree most probably puts you at a disadvantage. All you really need is to be able to spot, simple price patterns on a chart, have the confidence to react and deal on them, and keep discipline. And that's, of course, where we're going to come in and help. And the third secret I want to talk about is it's too good to be true. Why complex strategies don't work and keeping it simple does. The critics and the skeptics out there, they often will say to you that trading is too good to be true. Why are people standing there educating if they're making so much money? Well, because basically they have overcomplicated it. They think it's too complicated, and they've got so much complication going into trading that they've made it basically too good to be true. The best and most simplest of strategies are the most simple strategies out there. Keeping it simple absolutely works. And this strategy is indeed very simple. Once you get to see it, you'll realize, hang on, this is just so simple. Those skeptics out there saying it's too good to be true will be ruining the day. Okay, so this is a typical equity curve of what you can expect to get out of this strategy. Now, this is basically a simulated trade account into the future. So we've got the metrics of our strategy. We know how the strategy performs in backtesting. So we can run this through what's known as I don't want to complicate it too much, but it's a Monte Carlo simulation that basically looks at probability, and it gives you the worst case scenario, and it shows you what you can expect after, say, 2,000 trades. It's a pretty cool equity curve, pretty impressive, I'm sure you'll agree. But that's just a sample of what you can expect. So let's go on to the secrets now in a bit more detail. How you can bag these huge home runs. So as you know, I started my career in the trading pits in the City of London all those years ago. Now, we were the young guns. We were in our late teens, early 20s. We were trading vast amounts of money. Now, you could either work for a large corporation, like a big bank, a brokerage outfit, or indeed, as I've alluded to a moment ago, a local, it's an independent trader. That's when you're trading your own money. Now, local traders tend to be the most successful in terms of money, because obviously they're trading their own money as opposed to getting a monthly salary. In fact, I was a local for a period of time. That was my red jacket behind me you see there. I worked for 2 banks, and then I was a local at the end. So basically, different coloured jackets showed you the different organisations that you worked for. And in fact, I'll show you now. You'll see this is basically where we used to hang around in the trading pits. I'm in there somewhere. This is the FTSE pit. This is the coloured jackets, the yellow jackets there. This is the UK government bond pit. There I am. Can you see me there? Hopefully you noticed me there. It went by pretty quick. There you go. There it is. Now I thought I'd bring this slide up just to show you that, yes, I actually once had hair. You may recognise this person as well. So she came down to inaugurate the new exchange, and that's me there as she walked past. That was in about 1990, I think that was. So that was basically what we did there in the trading pits. Now, when you start off as a trader, you don't obviously walk straight in as a trader. You start off as a runner, or you start off as it's a yellow jacket. You saw them there on the screens there. It's a yellow jacket, often known as a gopher. You go for this, you go for that. Now, I remember as a runner, I was always looking at what the successful traders were doing. Always looking to why are they so good? Why are they the richest ones, and why are those ones falling to the wayside? But what I noticed, certainly as a runner, when I was looking in from the outside, was here on the chart you can see when the price is moving by looking at the candlestick charts. In the trading pits, open outcry, shouting and screaming. When the noise level increased in the trading pits, you could hear the noise in one area, the gilts or the government treasury bonds or the sterling market. You'd hear the noise. You knew the markets were moving. Okay, and that is basically when the trend was taking off. The louder the noise, the stronger the trend. But as we know, often when you've established that you are in a trend, the chances are the big move has already happened. Now, it may continue on but the big move has generally gone. The train has left the station, as it were. But I noticed that is when the trends were taking off. I was looking at what the big traders were doing, and this is when my aha moment came. Okay, this is where my aha moment came when I was looking there as a runner, watching all these guys. There's one big trader, and he's got to be one of the biggest traders in terms of money on the exchange floor. His name was Alan. I'm not going to mention his second name in case he's listening in tonight. Certainly don't want to get a phone call from him now, and I'm putting him out here on the public domain. Now, he was an older guy than us. When I say older, he was, we were sort of in our 20s. He was like 35, but he was a multi-millionaire, but he never did any work. He's always standing there, just standing there. He never used to wear a trading jacket like we did with the colour jackets. He used to have a normal suit. He had a tie on. He had to wear a tie. But he was there basically just standing on the edge. And he was leaving all this big activity to the young guns. But what I noticed with Alan was when the noise started to diminish, quieten down, Alan would then make his way into the pit, make a couple of trades, and then walk out. More often than not, Alan cleaned up. Now, Alan was the guy that, he was the guy that everyone aspired. He had the Rolex watches, which I don't have on this, but he has the Rolex watches. He's having different Rolex watches to match his, match the suit he was wearing. He had the fast cars. In fact, he used to host the annual Christmas party, be it the London Dungeons or wherever it was. He'd pay for the whole 2,000, 3,000 traders to come down. He'd pay for everything. So watching him was my aha moment. And this really formed, again, the basis of why I decided to go into this naked trading strategy approach. Seeing Alan basically was my turning point. Now, look, this is the type of returns or the type of movements you can see with this strategy. It basically, as I say, looks for the big turning points. It looks for the big turning points where Alan would be getting into the market. Now, of course, the trades that I've picked for you today are for illustration purposes only. And clearly, the ones I'm picking are the ones that worked, right? Not all of them work, but I'm picking the ones that work. I don't want, look, he's not, he's only picked the winners. I have only picked the winning trades because I want to show you the type of moves that you can get. But we do have losing trades. But when you're using risk management and discipline that we teach, when you are wrong, the losses are small. They're small and they're manageable. But when you do get the gains, they are massive. So you only actually need a few of these winning trades a month to make a huge return. You don't need to be in and out every 5 minutes on a 5-minute chart. Place your trade, off you go. Remember, often less trades delivers bigger profits. Right, okay, now for the sake of this illustration also, just in case I'll highlight this to you. When you're trading Forex, you trade in terms of lots. Okay, lots, I don't want to complicate it here on this webinar, but it's basically the size of the trade that you're doing. For the sake of the numbers that I'm going to present here on the screen, so I'm just going to fly through these, we're using one standard lot. Okay, but of course, one standard lot, basically it's $10 a pip, but thereabouts, depending on what currency you pay. But it's basically about $10 a pip. Now, of course, you'll be trading with less than one lot, or you'll be trading with more than one lot, all depending, of course, on the size of your trading account. But just so you know where these numbers come from in terms of the trade size. Okay, so here would be a classic entry. Classic entry there with taking the first profit target there of $1,750, and then we'd have taken profit targets of at TP2. We always exit in 2 trades, so we enter in 2, we exit in 2. There's other rules to the strategy which we go into. You can see on this trade we actually left quite a lot of money on the table, but that's the rules, and we get out where we got out. But this one, in fact, would have been a much bigger earner. So that trade there, that would have returned $4,500 in a matter of about 5 or 6 days. This is on one standard contract. Here's another example. You'd had an entry down there. Your first profit target would have been TP1 at 1,100, and the second one would have been down there at 1,900. These are the trades that we took, and this basically would have returned $3,000. That was maybe, by the look of things, that was about 4 weeks maybe for that trade to play out. Okay, so a bit more time in the waiting, but I'd rather wait and and take $3,000 than rather than be in and out and lose and work my socks off and get a negative account. So that was another 3,000. Here you had an entry there, 1,100 TP1, TP2 would have been $1,900, total of 3,000 on that trade. Okay, on the same, sticking with the same currency pair now, you'd have had another entry on this currency up there. Your profit target would have been down there at just 900, and then second profit target would have been 1,500. Now, of course, this is not simply just buying at this candle. There's other factors that go into this strategy as well. We talk all about that. I'm not going to go into all the details now, but there's other factors we go into. We teach all that, but it is very, very simple to do with support and resistance and the like. But there's some slightly more criteria in there. That would have given $2,400. Sticking with the same currency pair, you'd have had an entry there as well. TP1, TP2 would have given you $2,500. That's $3,700 in the pace of about 3 weeks. Okay, and as we go on with the same currency pair, an entry there, 1,100, TP2, 2,200. Okay, 3,300 in there. So the total, just on this currency alone, which happens to be the Australian dollar against the US dollar, in April until December, so that's April, so that's about 7 months. That would have returned you a total of, add them all up, total of $12,400 in one currency pair using one standard lot. Of course, there are 28 different currency pairs, and so there's plenty of opportunities. You may do less than one standard lot, and you will have losers along the way. I didn't point out the losers here, and in fact, I don't think, by looking here, I don't think would have been any. I think you might have got stopped out on this one here, but you have the losing trades, but the losing trades are less. Again, I'm not pointing out this only has winning trades. It's not the case, so don't say Lockwood only picks winners. I am just showing you the power of this type of turning point, these big home runs, leaving all that noise to those high pressured and fun traders, people that want the fun out of the market. Secret number 2. Okay, in just 5 minutes a day without the need of a financial background. Remember, this is a daily strategy. You literally need to put in a few minutes to analyze the markets, at the end of the trading day. So whatever time zone you're in, just at the end of the day, 5 minutes. I mean, in reality, you might put in, you might do 10 minutes, but it's basically something you can do in 5 minutes. Certainly with the tool that we've got, we're going to provide with you as well if you're interested. It does all the hard work for you. You don't even have to look for them. The tool is going to show you them when they happen. You just have to do a little bit more analysis, decide. But again, we're in the trading room discussing this all the time. So there you go. Straight into the pits from high school. When I was working before I went to as a local trader, I worked for Swiss Bank, and I actually ended up working for Lehman Brothers before they went down, of course. And I ended up as a deputy floor manager, and one of my roles was to employ traders, employ other traders coming in, the young guns coming in, and in most cases, well, in fact, I never asked to see someone's trading education. I was not interested in their resume, their CV. I just needed to see if they were hungry, if they were in control, if they could follow a simple set of rules, if they had discipline and confidence, because quite honestly, that's all you need. So we'd often do our interviews literally in the wine bar over the road or the pub or something like that. I go down there, I would know within 10 minutes whether that guy had it as a trader because of that. I didn't care about his financial background, anything at all. It's just not important. And indeed, we break down all the financial terms into very simple language. You don't need to know the complex financial terminology and so forth. We break it down in the trading course. It's simple, easy to understand. So even if your mother tongue is not, English, you won't have a problem. Many of the other educators out there, they overcomplicate these things. We do this in such simple terms. The language won't be a problem. You don't need financial degrees for this. And enjoying the freedom of being your own boss. Being your own boss really is the biggest satisfaction that I think anyone can have in business. Being in control of your own time. If you have the motivation for that, then you are on the right road. Often you'll hear educators saying that you can trade from the beach. You can trade on the back of the yacht. You see them there with their with their fancy helicopters and so forth. Look, I'm not saying you should trade from the beach while sipping cocktails. I certainly don't. You know, I'll leave all that for the snake oil charlatans. When I go onto a beach, the last thing I want is a laptop and a price chart. When I go on the beach, I'm there for fun with my family. But you get the idea. You can basically do this on your own terms whenever you wish. But not being answerable to anyone really is the place you want to be. Now, in all honesty, most people listening to this, you won't achieve independence as a financial trader in just a couple of years. It's going to take time, but it will also allow you to develop a passive income as well and a life skill that you could develop into a career in time if you've got what it takes. But it's not going to happen in the end of this year, for example. You've got to put time into it. So I'm not going to be promising you that you can be a full-time trader at the end of the year, but there's something to work to, and this will get you on the right path, and you'll see the steady accounts grow over time. Right, I'm going to move swiftly on. Secret number 3. Too good to be true, why complex strategies don't work. Complex strategies with so many different variables is damaging. I always equate this to like a Formula 1 car. You know, it's a highly tuned machine with 1,000 different working parts. The moment one thing goes wrong, trouble emerges. We don't want to complicate trading. Have you seen my video on YouTube? It's got like I think it's over 1 million views now. It has got over 1 million views. It's basically about the cycle of doom, where traders come in and they're putting in more indicators and they think they've cracked it, and then they start having some losing trades and they put in some more indicators, and then they've finally got a perfect strategy, and then that goes wrong and they chuck in another indicator, you know, and all of a sudden they got this strategy with so many different working parts. It is doomed to fail. You know, tweaking, ditching, and tweaking again and ditching is why so many fail. I call it the cycle of doom. Go and watch it if you have any time at some point. Remember, there is no magic set of indicators. You know, if there were a magic set of indicators, believe me, there would be no national debt of Venezuela. They'd just go out and start trading the Forex market, you know. And you often find traders, you know, and indeed a lot of educators, you know, they'll look back in past and see, you know, a crossover of a Bollinger Band or a MACD divergence and say, oh God, if only I traded that. You know, that looked perfect every time the moving average crosses or the MACD, you know, and then they start trading the real world and it paints a whole different picture. So I would say that is something you should be avoiding. There's no magic cauldron that you can put in all these indicators. Anyone that tells you, here's my cauldron, here's my indicators, every time you get a buy signal, you should do this, it doesn't exist, okay? There's no magic set. So if any of you at the moment are aspiring and you've got your charts and you're putting in more indicators, and then you hear some bloke talk about a squeeze indicator or talk about a divert, you don't need it. Basically, it's all about trading naked, trading pure price action. It is really the only thing that you can rely on. Price action tells you where there is a shift in human behavior. Exactly the same. When the noise started to diminish on the trading pits, we knew there was a turning point in the market. Alan certainly did. When there's a certain event happening on a daily price chart, there's a high probability that big moves are happening. If they don't happen, you're out for a small loss. If they do happen, you're off to the races. I have seen some charts look like this. I've got clouds on here, I've got MACD, stochastics, traders looking for that holy grail. You don't need this. I can't even see where the price is on this chart. I don't know if you can see where the price is. I certainly can't. I've had some members in our trading room, you know, look at this and say, what do I think about buying this currency? But I can't even see what the price is. So I've had to put them right. If they don't get put right, they don't last for very long. You're looking at all this stuff. Absolutely, you don't need it. So today, what am I going to be offering you? Well, basically, what we're going to be offering today is our masterclass trading course. Okay, now this comes with easy to understand, bite-sized video lessons. Okay, now you get these are all being pre-prepared. I'm adding to them all the time as well. We're adding to them, myself and my fellow mentors. First video you're going to get will be an introduction, basically an introduction about the strategy, how it works, what the objectives are, and so forth. Then we're going to talk about the actual candlestick patterns themselves. the key patterns that we're looking for. There's not very many. There's 4, but actually there's 2. But obviously buying and selling, so there's 4. But you've got there's 4 candlestick patterns. We're going to show you exactly how to read them and what they mean in terms of human behaviour. Lesson 3, we're going to talk about support and resistance. I'm going to show you the easy way, the advanced way, but the easy way to draw support and resistance. So many traders come to me and they say to me, Andrew, I can't draw support and resistance. And then I will talk to them about a very simple way you can start drawing support and resistance, and the penny usually drops. So there's a video on that as well. And then we're going to look at the actual rules of entry. Nothing is going to be left to the imagination. I'm going to give you all the rules of entry, exactly what we're looking for, and of course and how much risk you should be taking as well. Remember, it's all about risk. When we're losing, we don't want to be risking too much. Then we're going to talk about the exit rules. Of course, you would never walk into a room without knowing where you're going to exit. Exactly the same as when you're trading. You shouldn't be entering into a trade without knowing where you're getting out for a loss or indeed for a profit. Nothing is going to be left to the imagination. And then we're going to do a back test walkthrough. Okay, so I'm going to show you some back test results of trades that worked and some that didn't work. None of this PowerPoint screenshot that I've shown you a moment ago, just the ones that worked. I'm going to show you trades that didn't work and why you get out of the trades that don't work and there's losses that you have on the losing trades. That's where you'll see the strategy on a proper backtesting software, going through, seeing the profitable ones and indeed the ones that don't work. And the lesson 7 on the video, I'm going to introduce you to the expert advisor. Now, the expert advisor, basically it's a buzzword. It's a buzzword for like an automated program that will basically highlight to you when the potential trading opportunity arises. I'll talk more about that now. In fact, we're talking about the naked trading software. Okay, so this is a as I say, a bit of coding which we stick onto your trading platform. If you are away from your trading desk, it will send you a notification to your phone, so you'll never miss a trading opportunity. You don't need to be spending hours in front of your screen waiting for this to happen. Of course, it's a day trading strategy. People do trade it on the lower time frames, 4 hours or so, but it's a day trading for me. You never have to miss a trade. I'm going to send it directly, as I say, to your mobile phone. It works in perfect synergy with the market, so it knows exactly what to look for. And as I say, it's customary proprietary code that we coded ourselves here. We're also going to give you a winning trade cheat sheet. This will enable you to, if you see a potential trade, you can check it off against the cheat sheet. Got to be careful saying that. And then you can say, yeah, that fits into what we're used to. That looks okay. That is a potential winning trade. But remember, we're here around the clock anyway to discuss opportunities as you see them, and we'll be taking the trades together. Okay. Showcase the best possible trades. This will give you the confidence to trade, the confidence to take the trade, because of course we'll be taking them as well. It's an invaluable bit of the program. Right, okay, walkthrough video guide. So basically this is going to be the strategy back testing data. There's no PDFs or ebooks, it's all on video. Okay, and basically we're going to be showing you exactly how this trade fits together, so you won't be under any illusion on how to take these trades. Trade signals, okay, professional trading signals. So we send multiple signals out here at Forex Signals. When I say multiple signals, it's myself, my mentors here at Forex Signals, and indeed our trading community send out trade signals. So you're going to get multiple signals a day. And of course, these come from not only the members, but professional traders in our trading room, and mentors as well. In fact, we've got a couple in the room at the moment, doing very well, and he's so we offer a few few professional traders and the mentors in there as well. So this will allow, and we also encourage you to post your own trade signals as well, because you have community feedback via comments and likes. So if I put out a trade signal, for example, people will ask me questions on it. They might take the trade. I don't encourage anyone to take the trades blindly, but you can ask comments, feedbacks and likes and so forth. And indeed, we encourage you to place your own trade signals as well. You might start off with a bit of skepticism about that, but we encourage you to get involved in that as well, because then we can comment on your trade ideas. We can say, no, you got that one wrong, Stanley. You should have been, no, you missed that, missed the guidance on that. So it's great to get the community feedback on your trade ideas. Imagine the confidence in taking a trade, knowing that the community or the mentors agree with you. It is absolutely immense. Okay, and the bonus, the live trading room. So we're in there. It's basically a community that's running 7 days a week, not so busy on the weekend. You know, it's often said, if you want to be successful in this world, you want to surround yourself with like-minded people. You know, if you want to go and play, golf, for example, chances are you'll be watching the pros on the TV and seeing how they do it, how they, can do a round of golf in under 70. You're going to be looking at, why is this guy able to hit the ball onto the green every, from 150 yards every time. You'll also be watching the guy that spends most of his time in the long grass. What's he doing wrong? It's exactly the same as trading. So we have this live trading room. We've got the professional mentors live streaming around the clock. So that's me, and in fact my colleagues, here they are here. So my colleagues here, you've got Max and Mark. Mark is from Australia. He's in Australia. He's been trading for about 15 years, a great technical analysis. He trades stocks, he trades futures, he trades Forex. Great technical analyst. So he streams in the Australian session. I stream during the European session. Max also streams in the European session. He's a fundamental trader and a technical trader. He's got his own strategies out there that he talks about on the live streams, which we do around the clock. So a really good mix of mentors that you can bounce ideas off and any questions you have. It's like having your own personal mentor sitting beside you throughout the trading week. You get live mentors streaming 5 or 6 times a week. Even on a Wednesday, we have an extra stream coming in there, and Mark does a Wednesday workshop talking about a specific topic. Absolutely very well attended and very, very popular. All these are recorded as well. So if you ever miss one, you can get it on catch up. You can play it back at any time you like. You can play it back for months. So in the past. And also, if I say, oh, well, yesterday we took that trade, you say, well, as you just said, you can go back and check it out. Did I mention that trade idea from the day before? You can check it all back out. We've got hours and hours of video content in the room as well. So we put this together. I think there's over 250 hours of video content between the three of us, between Max, Mark and myself. So you can watch that in your own time. You can have access to that all year round as well. So loads and loads of content in there. And of course, you've got that opportunity to chat to us. As I say, it's like having that mentor sitting with you. People spend thousands on mentors, having a private mentor. This is like having a private mentor with you all day long. We also offer premium tools in the room and members discounts. Tools like risk management tools. We have tools that show you where the money is going. Are they buying in this currency? Are they selling that currency? We have tools that work out the risk for you, so you don't have to work out the lot size, or you put in your percentage risk. It does all the calculations for you. We have other really powerful tools looking for other price patterns on different time frame charts. Lots of premium tools in there. Members discounts to other third-party sites. We don't take a cut of that, but just there's about 20% off some of the other stuff you might see out there. You get discounts if you come through us. So, if you want to become a profitable trader as a result of this masterclass, how much do you think this would be worth? Yep, it's this time of the day, folks. So I want you to answer this question honestly to yourself. What do you think this is going to be worth? Write it down, okay, and see if we agree in the moment. Okay, done that? Put some thought into it. Okay. There we go, back to the screen. So just to recap, this is what you're going to be getting. You're going to be getting the masterclass, the trading course, all those videos I spoke about, the invaluable trading software that's going to send signals to your phone, the cheat sheet, the walkthrough video guide showing you all the back testing results, the ones that worked, the ones that didn't. You're going to get professional trade signals from myself, mentors, and other professional traders in the room. And you've got access to the live trading room for an entire year. Okay, all these perks. We've worked out the value, okay? We've worked out the value of this to be $4,166. Now, this is a conservative valuation. The fact sorry, the reasons why we valued it here is for a number of reasons. First of all the development time, the research, the back testing, putting together all these videos, and us being available to you all the hours around the clock. You know, like having that private mentor, as I say, all year round. As I say, this is conservative. If you compare this to what the other gurus and mentors out there, you know, you can, some of them are charging $25,000 for a weekend course. Absolutely bonkers. You don't need to be spending that type of money. But we're not, of course, going to be charging you this here today. That would be rude of me to invite you to sit with me today for 45 minutes and offer that to you. But I think you would agree, if this could turn your trading account into $10,000, well, of course, clearly, it's worth $4,166. But I'm not going to offer that to you today. So as of today, and it is off today, here's the offer for you today. The total cost of this today is just under $200. It's $199. That's $199. And think about that now. That's less than 50 cents a day. Would you pay 50 cents to win? No. When we're trading, you should know it's all about risk and reward. We don't take trades on low risk reward, do we? We want good risk reward ratios. I'll tell you this, even if you take nothing away from today, I'll tell you this, by far, this is the best risk reward ratio you'll get on any investment in the entire financial trading, in your trading career in the financial markets. Now, just for today, okay, I'm going to also offer a special bonus because, you're special and I am feeling generous. For the first 10 sign up today, okay, and it's only for 10 and it's for a very good reason, I'm going to offer a one-on-one session with me. So you get an hour with me on a one-on-one where we discuss your trading objectives, we put you on the right flight path, we formulate a trading plan for you. We make sure you understand everything that is going on with the strategies that I've talked about within the trading room, everything that you need to know. Now, obviously I don't know how many people are listening in, but I can't do this for everyone that signs up because I don't have hundreds of hours in the day. I'm doing other stuff. I'm in the trading room all the time. So I'm only limiting that to 10 people for the first 10 that sign up today. But also I'm going to offer a second bonus today, and that bonus is basically this. Okay. So this is a 30-day money back guarantee. I'm pretty convinced, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this, I'm pretty convinced that you're not going to be using this. But if you do, that's absolutely fine. I know you might want to come in and just say, I'll take it and I'll get my money back after 29 days. Absolutely no problem. That's my risk, our risk. I'm pretty confident that you won't be doing that because I think you're going to get value for $199, which is the cost of a good trading book, and here you've got a live book for the whole year. You've got to have all these different perks. So, what are you waiting for? This is your opportunity to finally become a profitable trader. Okay, so just to recap, this is only for today. This pricing, you can come and join Forex Signals anytime you like. It is a much higher price than that. But today you get the one-on-one session with me if you're the first 10 in, and I will confirm with you tomorrow if you are. And you get the 30 days money back guarantee. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, so you have got the Naked Trading course, Naked Trading software, the Winning Trade cheat sheet, the walkthrough video guides, professional trading signals, and the bonus live trading room as well, and all those other little bonuses I gave you. So I encourage you not to miss on this opportunity. I've taken on a little bit more than the 45 minutes, but don't miss this opportunity now. If you're interested, please do click on the link below. Okay, and that will take you straight through to that special pricing and get you in on that. I like to thank you for taking the time. There are, as we know, two types of people in this world: those that talk about changing their lives and do nothing about it, and those that take the leap of faith and go about making that change. I sincerely hope that you are in the latter. And just on the subject of leap of faith, it isn't really a leap of faith, is it really? Because you've got 30 days to try it out, and if you don't like it, it won't cost you a dime. So click on the link and make that change now. Let's have a quick scan up through the questions, indeed, if there are any. Let's have a look what's going on there. If I don't get that to you now, then of course I'll look at them later. Dwight says hello from Corfu. We got George from Ghana as well. Is there any chance to watch this video later? Yes, there is, Edgar's. You will be sent an email confirming that, so you can always check it out afterwards. Johan says the British pound moved this morning, so massive, but I missed it. Yeah, well, you might have missed it. The pound is moving today on Brexit because of because Ireland and Bo Johnson was possibly coming up with a deal. Big moves. We saw a couple of 100 pip move in the pound against the dollar today. Some people in the room are saying, should we buy? Should we buy? We've missed that move, folks, on that one, but we may see a move. What I will say, I haven't got the chart in front of me at the moment, but I will say, with that type of big move today, we may be seeing a signal. Maybe seeing a signal that takes that the other way. We don't know, but thank you for that question as well. Okay, I see a few orders coming through at the moment. So there are some orders coming in, so I appreciate that. At the moment, you're on for the yes, yeah, Charles, you're in. Enjoying watching from Kenya, good. Watching from Nigeria, good to see you. Andrew, show us choose the EMA 8, 13, 21 strategies. Peter, yeah, that's a great strategy. It's out there on YouTube. We talk about that in the trading room as well. We always talk about that strategy and other strategies as well. So thank you for that. We got here. What do we got here? Dear Mr. Lockwood, sent you my covering letter and CV. Please give it some consideration. Nathan, I don't remember seeing that. Please resend it to me if you wish, and I'll give it. It will be on my top of my inbox tomorrow, if you've got my email address, of course. And I'll address that in the morning. I won't be doing it tonight because it is getting on for 9:20 at night here in the UK. Is there a promotion code? No, that link takes you straight through to that pricing page. Sean, if you're interested in that, go and do that now. Adrian Palmer Edwards. Adrian, hello. Is the best trading community on the planet. The trading rooms alone is worth 4,000. Oh, Adrian, good to see you in the room, old boy. He's a member in the community here, so I must bit of a disclosure there. Adrian is a member of our room already, an active member in the room. Tufik says, what is the average percentage trades per month by using? It depends on what currency pairs you're using. I will say we've been looking. Last month we had 5 on at one go, 4 profitable, largely profitable, 1 broke even. We've only had 1 trade in the last 10 days. I think Adrian will vouch for it. It's been quite sparse. We don't have them all the time. We're only looking for the high probability trades. When they turn gains, they turn. But percentage gains, obviously, it all depends on your percentage risk and so forth. But yeah, you're not taking trades every day. You're not taking trades every day. You're sitting there waiting for the phone to ping. There might be, as I say, we had 5 in one. In fact, we had, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we had 5 trigger, and they were all profitable, which was good. But it comes, it goes. I mean, you saw that one, that screenshot I showed you of the Australian dollar against the US dollar that was over 7 months. You only had 5 trades, but boy, one lot would have turned 12 grand, on a one lot account. But I don't suggest you start with a 1 lot trading account size with a $500 trading account, because you're going to blow out of water on losing trades. So you've got to manage risk. But we talk about all that as well. Right, folks, I'll leave that there. Click on the link description below. We have got 7 orders coming in already, so that is good to see. So I appreciate that. So you've got until today. There might be an email coming out where you can still avail it, but of course you've got to be in here to have to receive that. Okay, if you're just going out and it's going out then to others, then you won't have that offer. You can sign up at any time, but to avail those offers, the 1-to-1, the 1-to-1 and the 30-day money back guarantee, it's only for today only, folks. Thank you very much for listening. I wish you a pleasant evening if you're in the UK or the Eurozone. I wish you a pleasant morning if you're in Australia, and I look forward to and a pleasant afternoon if you're in the USA or anywhere else in that area. I will say, if you do sign up today, please let me know in the trading room tomorrow. I'll be streaming live as usual at 10 a.m. London time tomorrow. come and say hello. Tell me that you were on the webinar last night, and I'll roll out the red carpet for you as well. But I'll be on in the morning doing my usual live streams and scans, looking at the market and trading opportunities. Thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful day.